folks. Thanks for tuning into The Gifted Ones. I'm your host, Liz Throp. And today it's a very special day, especially for me, because I get to chat with a very special guest that a lot of you will recognize from her show, Rescue Mediums. Jackie Denison is an international clairvoyant medium, psychic artist, tutor, past life regression therapist. Jackie was the resident medium on the popular TV show Rescue Mediums since it began in 2005, which airs around the world on CBS Reality in the UK, Oprah Winfrey's Own, and W Network here in Canada, and on Zone Reality for those of you in Europe. She is a popular guest on countless TV shows, so we're really lucky to have you here today in the UK. And she is the co-author of A House with Spirit, and is a regular feature writer and psychic artist for Supernatural magazine. She is currently writing a factual book on psychic development and is also looking to release a deck of oracle cards, which I can't wait to see in the very near future. She is connecting with us today from Cheshire, UK. Jackie, welcome to The Gifted Ones.
Thank you for inviting me, Liz. It's a great pleasure.
I'm so excited because I have to tell you right off the bat, you were one of the original psychic mediums out there on TV, on national TV, that gave the rest of us in this industry permission to expand our horizons, to not be in fear, if you'd asked me, because your show started airing in 2005, right?
Uh-huh.
And in 2005, if somebody would have asked me, Liz, do you think you could ever be in this kind of a venue where you're talking to someone like yourself, I would have said you're crazy. That will never happen for me. But you gave me that permission. So thank you, first and foremost, for that.
You're welcome. You know what's great about the show is that so many people are saying, the same sort of thing. It's like we opened a door.
You totally did. You totally did. Yeah, I'm so blessed to have this opportunity as well to get to meet somebody who was a muse for me. So thank you. So can you describe to our viewers what it's like to be a clairvoyant medium?
How long have you got?
I know, not very long, sadly.
I would love to be able to see a spirit in form, like I can see a human being in front of me. I would love to be able to see spirit like that. When I'm doing readings for people, I don't see spirit like that.
Neither do I.
No, it's what I call, and you will understand this, the knowing. When you just know that the information that's being given to you from the spirit personality, that you're receiving that information, it's coming from that person, from that personality, rather than being able to see it in depth. So I suppose it's clairvoyance, but it's also the knowing, the clair knowing of
course,
everything. I love the word knowing.
I do too. Knowing and feeling, right? Those are my two favorite words. Your show Rescue Mediums has a ton of fans here in Canada. So myself included, as we've already established. But for anyone watching right now who is not familiar with your show, can you explain a little bit about it for us?
I've done spirit rescue work for a long time, long before Rescue Mediums came about, and that's a story in itself. But we go into haunted houses, haunted workplaces, on haunted land to find out what's going on there. So if, say, a homeowner is being woken in the night, there's a feeling of cold, or they feel somebody sitting on the bed, or they feel as though they're being watched, or things are going missing, we go in to find out if there is anybody haunting that property, and then why they're haunting. So we get the story from them as to why. And then if they need helping through, so maybe they're trapped on the earth plane, they're trapped between the two worlds, so they've passed away, they've gone through the doorway that we call death, and then they don't know where to go, or they have a story to tell, or they just want to pass a message on to somebody, so they're not going to move until they're allowed to do that. So we go in and find out what the story is, and then we help them to go through that doorway of light to the spirit world, so that they can go on their own progression, their own spiritual journey they can carry on. So we sort of rescue the spirits that are in the property, but also rescue the homeowners.
You do.
Well.
That was the coolest part of the show, was seeing the connection or the bridge between the rescuing the spirit, but the homeowners were very important too in the whole aspect of clearing, right? So do you have a couple of favorite shows that really touched you that you can maybe share with our audience?
Yeah, we have well, there's so many because I've done 89 shows. So there's so many. But there's some. Well, I think one of a really lovely special one for me was probably the first one I did with Alison, and we went to the home. There's a young girl in the home that was experiencing paranormal things that were happening to her. In a nutshell, we discovered that she was a rainbow child, that rainbow children want to heal the world. They want everybody to be happy. They're beautiful souls. And she was a rainbow child, and she absolutely did help a little boy in spirit connect with his sister, because she reminded him of his sister. So she helped us to connect him back with his sister. And so he was able to go over to the spirit world. And what the most wonderful thing about that one was when we were coming away from the property and we were being filmed saying goodbye to all the homeowners, a rainbow appeared over the house.
Beautiful.
I know, it was absolutely
amazing.
incredible.
Yeah.
That was one of those moments where you think, even the editors could not put this in.
No.
This is just... It was so beautiful that it happened. It just sort of put an ending to the show. I've got a really funny one though as well. One that I did with Christine, and we were in this house and we were following it. We thought the spirit around the house,
right?
Jackson's Landing, and we were following this spirit from room to room to room, and we're going, oh yes, we can feel something in here. Oh, I think they've moved out and they've gone into this room. So the dog that was in the house actually ran past us. And we thought, oh gosh, the dog sensed this spirit as well. We should follow the dog. So we followed the dog, and it went through a door. It opened a doorway in this bedroom, and then went into the room, and then opened a doorway in the bedroom, and it disappeared. And we thought, oh my God, where's the dog?
Yeah.
So Christine always pushes me first. I was with Christine.
I noticed that.
Pushing me first. So I had a look around there, and it was so funny. It was a toilet, and the dog was drinking out of the toilet.
That's awesome.
Oh, it was hilarious.
That is awesome. Oh, I can imagine. I can imagine. You can tell you guys had a lot of fun with that show. And just for our viewers' sake, can you explain what a rainbow child is?
Yeah, a rainbow child is a child that, if you imagine the colours of a rainbow, they link to healing energy. And they are healers.
Right.
They are born wanting to make a difference in a gentle way to how the world, if they could heal the world, they would. And so they don't like people arguing. They don't like anybody being upset. So they're very in tune with empathic. They're very empathic, very in tune with people's feelings. So you've got crystal children, star children, rainbow children,
indigo. Yeah.
So and so little Sarah, she was a rainbow child.
Oh, beautiful. Just beautiful. Now, you are also the co-owner of Feathers Academy of Clairvoyant and Holistic Healing in the UK. What are some of the services that you provide there?
Well, we do clairvoyant readings here, so I work all week. I should practically be living here or in Feathers right now as we're having this conversation. With clairvoyant readings for people, there are other mediums who work here as well on different. So we have different ones on different days. But I'm just a permanent fixture. And I personally do past life regression therapy. So if somebody is interested in their own past lives and want to explore what their past lives were, then I do that with them. So that's always really interesting.
It is, yeah. Now, you've also written a book called A House with Spirit and are currently in the process of writing another book. Can you share that with our viewers, what they can expect from this new book, and maybe a little bit about your current book that you've got out there?
Yeah, the House with Spirit was written with Christine.
Okay.
It's a local history book, really, but it's a local history book with a difference. It's now out of print. I think it might be available on
Amazon.
Not in book form. It might be available in what you call it, I don't know. I can't.
The audio versions. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. No, not audio. I do know, but I can't say. My mind's gone. But
What we'll do is we'll put a link in the comments for this, so anybody that's interested can purchase that book. But what about this new book?
So the new book is about spirit rescue work.
Beautiful.
So it's not just to do with spirit rescue work, because in order to do a job, any job, it doesn't matter what the job is, you've got to start with the basics. You've got to start right at the beginning to put the footings, the roots down first before you can start to build. So it's about spirit rescue work, but it's about putting those footings in first so that you've got
Perfect.
a good background. When you go into this type of work, when you're working mediumistically, and so say you're giving a reading to somebody or you're passing a message on to somebody, that's great because you get feedback straight away from the person that you're doing the reading for. But when you are working in a spirit rescue situation, you have not got that feedback. You've only got what's coming into your mind and what you are sensing and the knowing. So you then have to go away and research that information, or to know what you're being told. This is why I love Rescue Mediums, because we have a head of research there.
I know. That was the best part of the show, where you would get that confirmation.
That's it. And I've always worked like that, because with spirit rescue work, you need to have that confirmation.
You do.
You need to know that the information you are getting is right. Otherwise, you could say anything and make it fit, and I will not make it fit.
Yeah.
And my spirit guides know that. I'm a stickler for that. So, so this book is about not making it fit, about understanding the messages that you are getting from your spirit guides, because we work with our spirit guides when we're doing any sort of spiritual work, including spirit rescue work.
Yeah.
So that you understand the psychic shorthand that they are giving to you. So you can make a decision right there and then in that moment about how to deal with a situation. And it can be really quite scary when you're working with spirit energies who are disturbed, or can be a little bit threatening. I've been thrown up against a wall.
I know. Well, it's been on TV in some of your shows where you got sort of consumed by the spirit. I'll never forget that one show where you almost collapsed. I think they caught you just in time, and you were just overcome by the energy. And so, yes, this book is desperately needed, especially for novice folks who are going out in the world and trying to start this process. So I'm excited about that book. So we'll put a link in when that's released. Do you have a release date on that?
We don't. It's very nearly finished. It's just a case of tidying it up so that it's ready to go out.
Beautiful.
But it's a book that I've written with Steve Furlong. So you get a little bit of our bios in there as well, a bit about my background, a bit about his background, so that the reader understands where we're coming from.
Right.
How we came into mediumship. It's not an autobiography, but it's a little bit about us both in there to understand how we work with each other.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait. I'm excited about that. Well, Jackie, thank you so much for spending the time with me today and our viewers and sharing your wisdom. I wouldn't be a good host if I didn't toast you as an homage to your show. So I'm going to introduce everybody to Joe, our little Canadian eye candy for you. Come on in, Joe. Say hi to Jackie.
Hi, Jackie. How are you?
Hello, Joe.
Jackie,
Well,
here we go. Thank you so much to you. Cheers and abundance and blessings for eternity. Thank you. Take care, love.